Everybody, we are back. It is Tape to Launch Favorite Raiders Podcast, Favorite Raiders Channel, Favorite Raiders Everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course pandasups.com. Discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, so we're here today. We're previewing the game versus the Rams. So the Raiders are playing the Rams this week, 2-4 versus 1-4. So you would think that maybe the Raiders have a chance, but they are 7-point underdogs in this game. So they're big dogs. That's a big number in football, a touchdown underdog. We're going to go over a little bit of the Rams offense and defense, and what we think the Raiders can do to win this game. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm going to be doing the Rams defensive line, which I think is going to give the Raiders a little bit of problems. And Matt's doing, of course, the Raiders' biggest problem, which is going to be tackling Kyren Williams. so
I will say this.
Yeah.
We'll see some of the clips. Kyren Williams, he's not like that, slippery. He's not like a huge break tackle guy, but he if you arm tackle him, he'll run straight through it, and he's very good at finding a lane. So if their defensive tackles keep getting pushed around like they have been, they could be in for a rude awakening. The good news is the Rams' offensive line is very beaten up.
Yeah. So so that's the good thing. Their offensive line is beaten up. They don't have a lot of receivers, and even though Cooper Kupp might be back, but we'll see if they're rushing back for this week. They might not. But besides that, the receivers a little bit dwindled down after that. I think it's basically Tutu Atwell, basically, because Puka Nacua is out. Demarcus Robinson.
Raider legend.
Yeah, exactly. Raiders legend, Demarcus Robinson, Raiders preseason legend there. And I mean, that's about it. I mean, they aren't really that exciting. I mean, they got to worry about stopping the run and stopping Kyren Williams, not letting them run all over them. The defensive line is going to give them some problems. So Jared Verse, Byron Young, Braden Fisk. I've been saying Brandon since the draft. So Braden Fisk, and even Kobe Turner. I think that these are some pretty good guys up front. So I'm going to kind of cover those guys. Secondary. I mean, they're sound and they're coached well, but you could beat those guys, and they really don't have an answer at tight end, which I'm going to kind of focus on how they don't really have an answer there. So we should see some Brock Bowers unless they get scared and decide they want to chip all game. So hopefully they don't do that and they just let these guys go, because Verse, he kind of rushes from Colt Miller's side. Byron Young's kind of the other one. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game for Colt Miller going against a rookie, see how he does.
Yeah. I mean, Verse right now, I think, is one of the favorites to be defensive rookie of the year. He's been pretty good. And I remember when I was scouting him, he looked like a guy that was pretty much pro ready, and I think spent 5 years in college, something like that, at least 4. Damn good player. They got a lot of young talent on that D line. I mean, Byron Young, I think, had 9 sacks last year. Kobe Turner was third, the defensive rookie of the year. It was a really good 3rd-round pick for him. And then, I mean, Fisk too, good pass rusher. So got talent up front, but the back end, I think, is beaten up too. With I think Tre'Davious White might be injured, or he's just not playing well. I think Darius Williams just got back from getting injured, from being hurt. So
because I was like, who's 27, man? He's not good, and I was like, oh, it's Tre'Davious White. 14, Durant. He's pretty. Kobe Durant. He's not bad, but White looks a little washed. He looks a little washed. I mean.
Well, body's been failing him the last 3 years, I feel like.
but he could still play a little bit, but he's just, he could definitely be beaten. And he's a cover 2 corner. So, they don't play cover 2 over here. So he's getting exposed a little bit that way. So he's older and he's not playing in Sean McDermott's cover 2 quarter system type of thing. Right. So it's not working as well for him. So, any other news? Nothing else to talk about. Jacoby Myers is out. They don't have any receivers still.
Just be like last week. So not as we were just talking about how their secondary is not as strong as their D line. Yeah, the Raiders are going to be down their top 2 receivers to begin the year, with Adams getting traded and Myers being out. Same as last week. That's a great sign. But
and they're out Dylan Parham.
Yeah, I was gonna say Parham's out too. Yeah.
which is right where Kobe Turner lines up. He is the 3 technique on the the left side, go right over the right guard. So
I thought he moves around a little bit, doesn't he?
A little bit, not too much. Not too much. They usually keep Fisk on the right side, and sometimes when Fisk isn't in there, and 95 is in there. At 95 is
Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
Bobby Brown the third, I think.
Yeah. When he's out there, then they move him around a little bit. But besides that, when Fisk is out there, they have like an alignment, and
gotcha.
Bobby Brown can be moved a little bit. I mean, he's not as like dangerous as those 4 guys from out there.
He's a run. Yeah, he's a 2-down guy if I remember correctly. Him coming from Texas A&M.
Yeah, so I mean they're young in this. I mean they have a pretty good young defensive line. That's what they have to be excited about that going into the future. So, but yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a little tough for Jordan Meredith. Jordan Meredith's getting that first start, man. You got Kobe Turner. Let's see what you got, dog. Let's see what you got.
He played pretty well last week, right? Didn't he?
Yeah,
I know he graded out pretty well PFF wise.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah,
He did play pretty well. But last week he didn't have to. Jack Spires Johnson got Cam Hayward last week. This week he's getting Kobe Turner. Like Kobe Turner's going to line up right on his side.
I mean, Keanu Benton's no slouch either. Good player. Good young player.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see. We'll see. Well, we've got to get some positivity going here, Marcus. Been down too much in the last few weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a real test. I like Keanu Benton too. He's a good player, but like Turner's just like he just feels like he's
better. Yeah,
he's better. All right, let's just do defense first. And all right, so we got Kobe Turner right here, number 91, and he's not the greatest pass rusher in the world, but he can rush the passer. Okay, he could. It's pretty damn good for defense tackle, right? So you see him here working against the guard. Basically, just a little, little pull move right there, right? A little push, right past him. Just pulling right down, go right past him, get some pressure on Jordan Love. It's easy. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, what's up? Say it again.
It's just an active hand, like you're saying, like pass rusher is not great, but he keeps his hands going and like keeps working the hands and able to win.
All right. You see Turner here. You see, it's basically the same thing here, keeping the hands working, keeping the hands moving, right? I mean, they're slow rushing Caleb Williams here. They're trying to keep Caleb Williams in the pocket, which they did a good job of. But you see here now, Caleb Williams wants to make a play. He's right there. He's got right past 64. They get a sack there. So watch one more time here. Right? Just a good job knocking his hands down, knocking him over, knocking him off balance. It's basically the same move he won with before. But that's what he does. He can get after the passer, man. And watch him get to run a couple times. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying 97 said thank you, Kobe Turner.
Yeah.
He gets the sack, but Kobe Turner makes the actual play.
Yeah, you see here, he forces Josh Jacobs to bounce on it's like a little outside zone run here. Right? Because I mean the cutback's totally taken off. Jacobs has to bounce this. Only gets a couple yards out of it. Of course, he breaks a tackle, but you see he just goes right around 75 here, or 71. Nice little swim move right there. Goes right by him. Force Josh Jacobs to bounce here.
Pass pro, beating the overset.
He's turning here again. A little pad level with his hands. I just love how he plays with the run here too, right? He's basically two gapping here. I'm getting 75. His hands up, boom. Low grade pad level. Makes a play. Here you go. Yes, another one right here. Now they go and get some outside zone here. Watch Turner. Like I said, hands inside, great pad level, great leverage, and he's about to make another tackle here. He just closes this up on Josh Jacobs. So yeah, he can line up on both sides here, but like I said, it's mostly when Bobby Brown comes in here. But Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for these guards. I mean, even Jackson Spires Johnson, he's got to get ready to kind of take him on because it's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world. Then you got Braden Fisk, number 55 here. He can get out. You can run at Fisk. I'm gonna show it in a second, but he can get out to the passer. You see here, nice little little chop move right there, chop with the hands, get right around him, force a fumble. They were all over this Bears offensive line. I just want to say that. The Packers are a lot better. You see him just chopping the hands there. So yeah, so he can get after the passer. That's what he can do. You see what Jared Verse can do a little bit too on that one. But like I said, you could just run at Fisk. So here he is against a double team, and he's getting easily pushed back. And I think Matt, when you covered him on during one of our episodes, I mean, you pointed that out. Like, that was his issue.
He's stands up and got short arms.
Exactly. And here we go. There it is, right in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, but you can run the ball, these guys, but the Raiders can't run the ball. So I wasn't even going to talk about it. That's what really pissed me off the most about this film is the Raiders. You can just run it on this team, but the Raiders can't run the ball. And like I said, they get him some free looks on the stunt. You see Turner does a good job of occupying the guard and the center. Allows Fisk to come right around, get a sack. They all meet at the quarterback. You see Byron Young right there. So this deal is no joke. These guys can play. The Raiders have to block well for Aiden O'Connell because all these guys I am showing you, they all can move. So they're able to make some plays, especially like Kyren Williams. He was able to make some plays because now you're looking at Young and Verse here, which you got Verse. Like I said, he's always usually on this side. You got Byron Young always on this side. And they kind of just see right here, they're able to push through, just meet at the quarterback, right? And they keep out there in closing the pocket. He's just pushing right through Darnell Wright. They're keeping Caleb Williams in the pocket. They're pushing these guys in. They're building a wall. And then just a lot of Versus able to make his move. They get a sack and they meet at the quarterback. So, I mean, they're coached really well on defense. I mean, they had a game plan against Caleb Williams, and they executed really well. You see here, even with the stunt, they're all just pushing. None of them are really trying to get after him. It's probably a face mask that they missed, but that's a sack.
It's only a face mask if they call it.
Exactly. Here Jared Verse on this one. He's number 70. 70's arm definitely hurt the next week if you see how hard he hit that arm. Dude. Able to rip around. And this is a screen, by the way. So that's how quick he won on this rep. So I'm gonna just let him run. Watch how quick he wins. He's a 24% win rate on the year.
Yeah, so he's polished, man.
Yeah, so Colton Miller better be damn ready because look how hard he just hits that goose. His arm had to hurt, man. That had to hurt. That I'm gonna care what he says. That was a strike. Here now he's just gonna run through him. This is what I'm talking about. They're trying to enter his pocket. Now he's just running through 70. Look at that. He's just so powerful too. Pushes him right through. Like I said, that's a sack with Aiden O'Connell. He's not Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams some yards here. That's a sack, guys. So if Colton Miller allows him in the chest like this is just gonna happen. He's gonna get pushed right back.
That's his bread and butter right there. It's the speed to power. That's what he loves. And he was best at Florida State.
And then you got Byron Young, which he doesn't win as much. He's pure speed. You see here what they do. They like to get these guys free releases too. They like to kind of get exotic with these looks. See that the linebacker, he goes this way, kind of number 97 at the linebacker. Kind of looks like he's doing a stunt, but then he doesn't. Kind of confuses the offensive line. They get a free rush here. And then you got Byron Young full speed running after the quarterback. Jordan Love just which I don't know why he didn't tackle Jordan Love, which is I think this is more just the NFL rules. Like he didn't want to get in trouble here. Because I mean, this is the 90s. His I tell you, there's so many times I see it. His helmet's falling off, but no, he just bumps him, and then Jordan Love just makes a stupid decision and just throws a pick. But the defensive line is everything with this team. I mean, if you could attack the defensive line, if you could stop the defensive line, that's when everything else opens up. and the Packers were able to do a good job of that. So you see here, you got to attack these tight ends too, because their linebackers are pretty slow. They're not coverage linebackers. They're slow kind of brute guys. And you see here with Tucker Kraft, and Tucker Kraft is no Brock Bowers. Let's keep it real, guys. He's no Brock Bowers. And you see what he can do on this one. They get him wide open. This is a great scheme too.
What's Kobe Turner doing?
Nothing.
Way too far.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like so. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do against them with the tight ends. They just don't have a lot of. They don't have anybody who could really guard Brock Bowers. And I just want to show this. They do tight end screens here. You can get them the tight end on the screen on this one. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, I feel like their guy that would normally do it would be John Johnson, but he's injured.
Yeah, John Johnson is injured. Huh?
Yeah. Safety.
Cam Ward's running for first downs right now while I'm doing this. All right, yeah, man. But like I said, like it should be another Brock Bowers game. Like if you're watching the odds and bets show here, we're talking about hitting that over with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers should be getting the damn football this game. Because I'm gonna watch. Here's Cole Kmet. Right here, you get him lined up on this linebacker. Like I said, these linebackers are not coverage guys. You get him one-on-one, quick out. He's got plenty of separation right there for Kyren Williams, first down. Because the secondary isn't that bad. So I just want to show this play with the secondary. Kind of, you can see how they work a little bit. They're just well coached, but I mean, they aren't the best players in the world. It's just really nothing here for Kyren Williams. And you just kind of see how they match up. You see 25, he takes that crosser right away. 37, he's got it pretty locked up there. They got the check down there. So, I mean, on defense, they're not bad, but they're not great.
Yeah.
So they are beatable on defense. But, I mean, the thing is you want to run the ball because that's what the Bears and the Packers did. They just ran the ball over them. But, I can't with this team in running the football. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna try. I'm like, that would be like run the ball. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. It's been 7 weeks, man. I'm gonna assume that they can't run the ball until they do.
And the problem is too, like you're talking about, like their D line is really good at pass rush. Like obviously they're missing Aaron Donald this year, but they kind of like took like a money ball approach to replacing Aaron Donald, where like it's like you can't really replace him with one guy, but we'll replace him with the aggregate, which I think a little bit is why you saw them take like two pass rushers in the first two with their first two picks in this draft. Like first, I think right now, to put in perspective, if I remember correctly, he's like one pressure behind Max Crosby, but has rushed the passer like I want to say like 75 less times or something like that. It's a significant amount. Obviously, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but just to kind of show what kind of an impact he can have on the game. And they have him dropping coverage quite a bit, or at least a good amount for an edge rusher. So, yeah, definitely a good pass rush, but hopefully they can Raiders can run the ball. We'll see. Maybe this will be the week they break through.
Maybe. Because, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do on this team. You got to run the ball. I mean, because they're not very good against the run. Like I said, Turner is, but Fisk isn't. You can just run at Fisk. Yeah. And Jared Verse, I mean, he was getting pushed around and run a little bit. I mean, and then Brian Young is a little bit. He's slender too. I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world, right? So like that would be the goal, but it hasn't happened yet. So I mean, they get it against the Browns, I guess, but. Yeah. Even then it wasn't very efficient. It was just they had a couple big runs from
they're getting a couple big they're getting a couple big runs or they were getting some QB scrambles with the
reverses.
Yeah, all that kind of gimmicky stuff.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean the Packers did do a lot of reverses, so we'll see. I mean, we are gonna see some reverses of Trey Tucker. They're gonna try it because they're gonna try to manufacture the run game a little bit. But all right, let's look at some Kyren Williams, man.
All right, so going to be diving into some Kyren Williams, and I will say, as a fair trigger warning, one thing they do really well is they run a ton of duo out of 12 personnel with him. So again, what we'd like to see the Raiders do, the Rams are doing quite a bit. But yeah, you'll see it here on this one, like a nice little read. Again, this is the formations they like, and we'll see this later too. They'll motion into it with this little I guess 88's not technically a tight end; he's a wide receiver, but they use him as basically like a blocking wide receiver, and they'll put him close to the line of scrimmage in this reduced split a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a big part of it is Kyren Williams' vision's really good. Like you're going to see like the bounces taken care of. Gordon here 6 is decently in the D gap here, but if you notice, Tremaine Edmonds kind of sucks inside a little bit too far, and then again, see, got this plugged up, but Edmonds doesn't have great gap discipline. He just finds the lane, picks up 7, does that a lot. Again, here's what I'm talking about a little bit. Get creative with the motion to get into a 2 tight end set. I mean, I guess technically it can be more of a fullback, but you can kind of see what I'm saying. They like to get to that look with 88 here, basically being a lead blocker. Again, run a duo, find the hole, and he will run through arm tackles. Really good at getting north-south quickly. Decisive and can cut really well. So it is. See it here. Boom, find it open, hit it, and fall forward. Get north-south.
Mm-hmm.
Gets those shoulders down, picks up those extra yards. Like this is a lot of his film. Those 6-7 yard carries that he seems to find too. Again, nice jump cut here. I believe this is still duo.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of look here with 88. Little jump cut. It's actually a good rep I hear by. I don't know what that is for the Bears. Let me see. Walker. But anyway, you'll see like even here, like tight end gets beat across his face a little bit. Nice read. Find the hole. I guess he does have a little bit more wiggle than I was giving him credit for. This is a pretty nice little cut right here to make that Jalen Johnson miss.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Enough to make the Raiders miss tackles. That's definitely
yeah,
enough.
Exactly. Jack Jones running not gonna make that play. Sorry, Jack Jones.
Might
second level
block.
block.
He's gonna tweet about you, Matt.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be the next one, and then he's gonna leave it later. Nice second level block here from haven't seen. Cut. Get up the field. Again, get north south. This dude's good, man. Like Raiders aren't careful the way they've been playing the run without Wilkins. He can go for 200.
All right,
we got here. Again, same kind of motion. He'll find the lane every single time. They love these duo runs. I don't know what Tremaine Edmonds was doing this game, but my God. Also, a nice block by 77. That Jackson, I think he's out this game, but oh no, that's Alaric Jackson, not Jones Jackson's.
Yeah, 60.
Totally player. 77 here.
Oh yeah, 62.
67, yeah. I don't know who 60 is, and that's against Billings too. That's a good run defender. Gets a little help from the slant, but
60 is Logan Bruss from Wisconsin.
Logan Bruss, okay. I mean, they block well, block well for having a lot of backups up front. And again, he's gonna find the lane.
Yeah,
fall forward. This is the other thing he's really good at is he can make something out of nothing. A lot of times, this is gonna be 4th and 1, so this is where it really pays off. Oh no, excuse me, jumped ahead here. This was one of his more explosive runs. My fault on this one. You see Quay Walker sees him crash hard inside. Ends up actually getting some penetration here. But again, vision, jump cut, 21 here, over pursues. Got to stay disciplined. Again, runs it off. Again, watch that back. Beautiful job. Just finding the lane. Fastest dude in the world, but
he's got some vision, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's pretty damn impressive. He's good back. I think this is the 4th and 1 I was talking about. Excuse me, jumped the gun a little bit here. Again, same kind of thing. Like 4th and 1 here. It looks like 69 Dotson misses the block here. Got a free runner. Still picks it up. He's smooth in the backfield too. Like this cut's not necessarily all that explosive, but he just kind of glides.
Yeah.
Nice move. Again.
That's a great move.
4th and 1. Knows the situation too. Again, just falls forward, picks it up. Again, another play too. not a whole lot going on, not like necessarily getting their ass kicked or anything, but Dotson having a little bit of trouble with Slayton here. Still just get north-south. Keep those feet moving, man. A little guy, but he'll pick up extra yards after contact.
Yeah, this guy can play, man. He can play.
He can do it. He's legit. There's a reason why he was like, I think, third in the NFL in rushing yards last year and missed 4 or 5 games. So, yeah, another duo run out of 12. Yeah, that's just 11. I keep forgetting that 88's just a wide receiver. They just haven't blocked so damn much.
It's his version of 12 personnel, man. It's all right.
That's basically, yeah. This is the other thing they like to do too, is they'll motion to these like more balanced or two tight end or balanced tight end sets and whatnot, and then run outside zone off of it. Like this time we have legit 12 personnel, motion the tight end over. And like if you notice, like the way the Bears play this, like it's perfect because they start here with the twin look, and the backers do shift over, but not quite enough that it's open here, and then this backer probably shifts out a little bit too far. It opens up the lane. The other problem that Sean McVay's offense, especially with the motion, can give you defensively, because you got to be on it. Like, all right, we see here we got the overload. We got what? Four defenders in the box right here. 7 if you want to, or 5, excuse me, if you want to count the overhang with the safety gun down there. Just motion over. Again, Edmonds, he slides over. Now he's in the A gap. But at 57 here, I think that's Sanborn. I don't know what he's doing. Getting too far out. And then again, just attack the weak side. Helps out 60 here. Bruss go up and get that block on Edmonds. Again, just find the lane. What he's good at. It's a good scheme and a good back. And they're coached up well up front. Again, here, outside zone from this little balanced look again. Basically treat 88 like a tight end in a 2-point stance. As we all know, Sean McVay receivers, they know how to block, man. They don't take plays off. The end zone here. Yeah, just a little outside zone look. Get good reach block here on the end. Looks like he might have been slanting inside. Tried to win outside. Nice block by Havenstein. Robinson with a nice block here. Dotson's able to get up to 49. Trey Edmonds. 88 gets hit there. Went a good 10 yards without getting touched.
All right.
Yeah, it's not great. So I was curious, man, I wanted to ask you on this one, would you consider this pin and pull or outside zone? Because basically what they have to do, and they've run this as a little wrinkle, is the whole line's going to outside zone block, but then they have the 88 here, again, basically the tight end. He's going to crack block the end, and then 77 Alaric Jackson, the left tackle, is going to pull out like a more pin and pull.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that's pin and pull. I feel it's like it's like a kind of a because usually if it's like outside zone toss, like he's not going to crack like that.
Yeah. But again, it's just something to worry about, because basically everyone else is basically just running outside zone. It's just a little wrinkle that you kind of have to be ready for. And then we get a big guy on a little guy out in space. Our big guy's athletic enough to end up winning. Easy 7.
Man.
They may be down receivers, man, but they can run the damn ball.
How many carries is he gonna have this week? Like 27?
Could get ugly. This is the other thing they love to do too. It's another Sean McVay wrinkle here in the running game. A little wineback. Would this be wineback counter? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a wineback with a wham.
With the wham, yeah. But they're not actually. But they're whamming like the linebacker. This is some crazy stuff. Like because it's very cool. Like they're gonna fake the inside zone to the right and get the flow that way. Like you see 33 Evan Williams. He comes down hard. And he's gonna try and fill the gap, and then even Quay Walker steps to his left too. But like very clearly, like if we watch our basically tight end 88 here, he's gonna lead through the hole, and so is 84. So it's almost, and like they even cross pass at that too. So yeah, it's almost like they're trapping the second level.
Yeah, it's almost like it's long trap.
Yeah, but for linebackers. And technically safety, I guess. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Wow,
that's what you get to look forward to with Sean McVay and his creative offense. So
that's creative. I mean,
I,
that is
I was at play. I'm like, I wouldn't like. I'm like, I wouldn't know how to chart this if I had to chart it. It's weird, but yeah.
yeah. Because I was like,
So it's a combination of a good scheme, a hell of a good back, and some well coached offensive linemen up front, even though they're banged up.
yeah, I mean, because that was some unique run games. It just and that's how we talk about like Luke Getsy and the run game or how he's a little bit predictable because they don't do stuff like that. Like they don't create like matchups
Yeah,
in the run game um as much as you would like. Like
yeah,
that's what that is. I mean, he's attacking somebody. I mean, I have to go back to the field myself and figure out who's attacking, but he's
yeah,
like attacking certain guys. It's like he knows the safety's gonna come down, so he's gonna kind of make it look like a certain way, and he's attacking the weaknesses of the defense with the run game. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the Raiders they better come ready to stop the run because I mean they're not gonna be Stafford can pass all over you. I'm not saying that, and he will if he has to.
yeah.
And they're gonna have a problem with that, and they have to get a pass rush. But man, if they can't stop the run, I mean, Sean McVay will run the ball 30 times. Let's keep it real.
He doesn't care. Yeah, I mean he's no. I mean I know the passing game is mostly attention because that's what's up the numbers. And Cooper Cup had that big year, but like I said, a lot of what he does in the running game is almost as creative. It just doesn't give as much limelight. I mean, again, I know Cup's probably coming back this week, and he's questionable, is what I saw on the injury report heading into this, as we're recording it on Saturday.
Yeah,
But even if he's back, it'll be his first game back, so I would imagine they'd have a little bit of the training wheels on him and whatnot. So yeah, I expect them to run the ball. Adam Butler's going to have another big game. Matthew Butler's got to step up without then the Raiders are defensive tackle, and John Jenkins has got to play better. Otherwise, they'll just run duo all damn day. And I don't know how much the Raiders are going to be able. Excuse me, how much the Raiders will be able to stop it if those three guys don't come to play.
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, guys. So that is the preview. We got a quick. There's not a lot. All the Raiders news has died down. The trades and all that stuff is over. So these previews are gonna get quicker. So yeah.
Famous last words.
I just jinxed us. So yeah, so the view's gonna get quicker, but make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Of course, like I said, join the memberships, check out the breakdowns we got of the memberships, and also check out Friday Night Live from last night. We go hour 45-minute show. Talk about this game as well with the odds and bets. So we are out of here though. We'll be back tomorrow. And we'll see if we're happy or if we're having another sad session after the game. But we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll see.
All right. See you guys. Peace, man.
See ya.